Let's be real, most people think they're good drivers. Everyone swears they know how to handle a car, but they drive like absolute idiots. These are some signs that you just suck at driving. And yeah, I'm not talking about the obvious stuff like texting and driving, don't stay in people's blind spot, drunk driving. That's basic common sense, which unfortunately lots of drivers lack. But I'm talking about the everyday habits that show you've got no control, no awareness, and no clue what real driving skills look like. So here's the deal. If I catch you doing more than 5 of these things, your license should be revoked. So let's get into it. The first one is speeding. I know, I said I'm focusing on the more specific bad habits, but this one I see so many people doing, it's not even funny. The most common idiotic move on the road. First of all, speeding gets you nowhere, and I actually tested it. We'll get to that later. But I always see every single day, Infiniti G35s or Soccer Mom SUVs zooming down the road, only for us to end up at the exact same light. They're either late for work or their attention span is so bad they can't even hold the speed limit for 30 seconds. Relax, it's been proven, literally proven, speeding doesn't get you anywhere. Sure, you might escape one red light, but that's rare. They don't just caught at another one down the road. And the same people going 20 and a 35 will catch right back up to you. Don't believe me? Let's prove it. I got in my car, drove down the same road twice. One time I sped, the other I didn't. Okay, I'm just kidding, I'm not that reckless. So let's test it in a video game instead. GTA 5. A game where ironically all you do is speed. As you can see here, I took 3 of the same route. One where I followed all the traffic laws, which is hard because the NPCs in this game suck, and 2 where I sped like an idiot. I even did a 3rd test where I went full reckless mode, running red lights, cutting corners, and guess what? I only shaved off a few seconds. Please, speeding gets you nowhere. Every time I drove the posted speed limit, people pass me like I'm parked, and we end up at the same light. It's really annoying. Can you imagine how nice the roads would be if people just didn't speed and had patience? There might even be less traffic, because the fewer times people have to slam the brakes for some moron weaving through lanes, smoother traffic actually flows. So next time, don't care if a gram of gaps you at an intersection, it doesn't matter. If you speed, congratulations. You've got 1/5 of the qualifications that make you a bad driver. Off to a bad start for you guys. Next is not having proper knowledge of your car. I actually have a story about this one, and man, it's bad. So me and my friend wanted to grab something to eat. His car was in the shop, no idea why, so he borrowed his friend's car. For privacy reasons, I'm not saying what that car was, but it had really sensitive pedals. We both get in, and I tell him, hey, maybe drive around the block real quick just to get a feel for the pedals. It'll take a minute. Or at least hover your foot over the pedals so you know where they are. He goes, nope, I don't have time for that. Alright, fine. So he goes into reverse to pull up this narrow alleyway garage. If you live in Chicago, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, he hits the gas, and the car launches back, and we absolutely slam rear first into a brick wall. Yeah, that was messy. Now honestly, it's entirely his fault, but part of me still feels like I should have said something more. I just watched it happen, and I still replay it in my head like, what if I stopped him? Regardless, the entire rear of the car was mangled, and the owner, furious. Luckily, that same friend doesn't know I have a channel and isn't watching, so I could safely say, that guy's an absolute idiot, and don't be like him. All cars drive differently. Some have twitchy throttles, some have dead brakes, some have lagged gearboxes, you name it. This happened literally a day before I started writing the script. Don't worry, I'm fine, he's fine, we were both checked out by doctors obviously, but yeah, the pedals played a part, but so did his lack of awareness. He didn't even check his mirrors. Please, if you're getting into a new car, take a few seconds to learn the pedals. Even though it's not super common, accidents like this do happen, and they're so easy to avoid, so it's better to be safe than sorry. And even with your own car, learn it properly. I know people who have owned their cars for years and don't bother learning its driver profile or adjusting their mirrors right. It's just common sense. Learn your car, understand it, and respect it, because the car will always tell you exactly what you tell it to do, whether you meant it or not. Next, we have not driving smooth. Now, if you drive manual, I get it. Driving smooth is a skill. It takes time to learn, and yeah, it's harder to nail perfectly. But if you drive an automatic, you literally have no excuse to drive like a maniac. Braking too hard, accelerating too hard. I ride with drivers like this all the time, including that guy who smashed into the brick wall earlier. Yeah, he's a terrible driver. I don't know how he got his license. And it actually makes me sick. No joke, car sick. Not only that, driving rough like this causes traffic. Ever heard of phantom traffic jams? One car slams on the brakes, the next car reacts, and the next, until there's a full bottleneck. Do you want people to get to work smoothly, or do you want to be the reason everyone's stuck? This ties into speeding too. You can save so much gas by just being smooth. Don't punch the gas, don't brake last second, don't weave around like a maniac, and don't even get me started on weaving in traffic for no reason. If you do that, this one's for you. So drive smooth, chill. This applies to everyone. Yeah, I see you and your M3 with a fully automatic gearbox and lane assist. What's the point of jerking your car violently? You've got lease payments to worry about, not trying to beat the guy going the posted limit. Now, this next one is relying too much on the reverse camera. Here's the problem. So many people treat it like a magic window that can see everything. Their eyes glued to the screen like it's an iPad, slowly backing out of parking spots, alleyways, or garages like they've never seen a car before. And I get it. The camera does help, but it's just a tool, not your primary set of eyes. It literally does not show you the full picture. small obstacles, curbs, posts, even people walking behind you. The camera won't tell you any of that. And the funniest part is watching people panic because the camera doesn't show them exactly what's happening. They'll wiggle left and right, inching forward like it's a video game, hoping the pixels on the screen will somehow save them. Meanwhile, all it takes is a quick glance over the shoulder and a proper use of mirrors to see the whole scene clearly. People don't know how to determine distances anymore. They don't develop spatial awareness, and it's painfully obvious when they park next to you in a lot. Bumper dangerously close, barely straight, all because they trusted the screen over their eyes. So yes, modern cars are amazing and tech is useful, but if you rely solely on a camera, you're not a good driver. You're lazy. Mirrors, shoulder checks, and actually knowing your car's dimensions still matter. Muscle memory, and just plain common sense will help you get at tight spots far better than any screen ever will. Now, this final one, storing things on your dashboard. Not in your glove box, on your dash. I see drivers with boxes, clothes, and random junk piled up on there. That's just stupid. Nothing should be obstructing your windshield, even by an inch. I wouldn't even recommend papers. They could reflect sunlight and block your view. If you do this, 1, I don't know if you've been pulled over yet, and 2, your car is not a shed. So now we've got all 5 on the list covered, but there are still a few honorable mentions straight from you guys in the community polls. If you do all these, maybe reconsider taking the wheel. First, not using your turn signals on the highway because you're embarrassed to do so. From Car Drifter Speed 8121. Wait, that's a thing? Who's embarrassed to use something required by law and saves lives? You know what's actually embarrassing on the road? Lifted trucks and finance bros and Teslas. Those are the real embarrassments, not people who use their blinkers. Next, from Forza Horizon Fan Zero, using only half the lane to pass motorcycles. You are a menace to society if you do this. This is unheard of. Motorcycles are entitled to the full lane. Don't do this. You could leave someone paralyzed or worse. And if you know someone that does this, please give them a massive wake-up call. Next, from Green Hog Driving, going slow in the fast lane. Let's clear this up. The right lane is for going the speed limit, and the other 2 are for passing. Usually, you don't need to teach people a lesson by sitting in the left lane like a traffic cop. Move over. And finally, from Chewy Forever 811, leaving your signal on and never changing lanes when someone lets you in. This one drives me insane. You'll let someone in, be nice about it, and they just keep cruising like nothing happened. Blinker's still going. They're halfway across town and it's still flashing. It's confusing and annoying. Turn signals are meant to communicate, not to become background lighting for your road trip. So if you do all these 5 things and all the honorable mentions, please sell your car, burn your license, and carpool with a friend or something. You will make your roads, your city, and our world a better place by not driving. Or you could just watch a simple crash course. How to use common sense on the road 101. Thanks for watching, and remember people, drive safe, drive smart, but most importantly, drive something worth talking about. See you in the next one.